All right, today I'm talking about Battleship. Came out in 2012. It stars Taylor Kitsch, who that year also starred in John Carter from Mars and Savages by Oliver Stone. That was supposed to be his year, but apparently it wasn't. But this is my first time watching Battleship, and it's gotten quite a large cast as well as him, starring Alexander Skarsgård, Rihanna, Peter McNichol, and Liam Neeson. And it's directed by the always reliable Peter Berg, who started off as an actor. So the movie kicks off. We got a bit about NASA. There's sensing something in outer space. It's not too clear about it. Then basically we're jumped straight into a bar with our main characters. We got Alexander Skarsgård, the really tall brother. I guess he was in True Blood before. The actress, I haven't seen her anything, but she's pretty blonde. Brooklyn Decker, I think is her name, the actress. Rihanna, I'm not sure if she shows up at this point, but she's in this movie too, the singer. And then our main actor, Taylor Kitsch, he's was supposed to be in the front runner for an A-list actor that year, 2012. I just discovered this recently. This movie, Savages, directed by Oliver Stone. Him and some other guy play drug dealers who happen to be homosexual, but also have a girlfriend, so I guess that would be bisexual. And John Carter from Mars. I caught those other two. I never seen this one. I was inspired to watch this by the Barbie, watched it with my neighbor, and it's a pretty good start, except it feels like an American Pie movie, so I was kind of wondering if it would pick up a little more, and it did. He's a pretty good actor. In fact, he kind of reminds me of our recently deceased and very missed Val Kilmer, so I was kind of getting some of those vibes, so I'm wondering what kind of movies he's doing right now, because there's a black hole and it needs to be filled. But this is definitely a good movie. Soon enough in the plot line, that NASA incident winds up being an alien spacecraft that enters Earth's orbit. It crashes down to the ocean, and it just so happens to be near his new naval base where they're at. I guess I jumped from the fact that they were in a bar, he was trying to pick up on a girl, and then his buddy lured him in the Navy, and they're on the Hawaiian Islands now. So now their number one mission is to find out what's going on with this crash landing in the water, and turns out there's a giant force field over the entire Hawaiian Island. When the movie starts really getting interesting, there's the force field, they're going up to the giant structure in the water, there's multiple things jutting out of it, and the closer they get, the more ominous things get. That's when I noticed the movie had a really cool soundtrack. And it's like a subtle one. There's no like main theme, but it was always really cool. There's like a lot of guitars going on. And Rihanna, she's really good at playing a military person. If you didn't know it was Rihanna, you wouldn't judge her as much. I mean, you kind of want her to kind of go into a song and dance, but she's really good at just playing her character. The Taylor Kitsch, she's always the center of attention. His buddy, played by Alexander Skarsgård, Commander Stonehopper. Things aren't looking so well for him after they get near this alien spacecraft, so he ends up basically triggering it. It kind of pops out of the water. It's kind of like amphibious. It's like a giant frog kind of, and it starts shooting out these like little razors that kind of fly and can go left and right, and just nothing you want to be anywhere near, and shoots it right at their destroyer. Not before long, his buddy ends up the victim of that, and his entire ship and every man on his ship. So we find out soon that our hero guy, he wasn't a hero till now supposedly, but has to rise up in rank and become the new captain. And everyone's suddenly looking for someone for answers, and this guy who was trying to steal a burrito at the start of the movie is now in charge of attacking an alien force that supposedly could destroy planet Earth. So before long, he's face to face with one of these creatures. They capture one of them. They bring him on the ship, and it's like they're almost going to do an autopsy. But as they pull him out of the suit, the thing is really alive. Covers his face with its double-edged clawed type hand. He's got like 10 fingers or something. It's like two hands in one, basically, and they're like kind of more or deformed or whatever, but it's like normal for the alien. So when he touches his face, all of a sudden we see like their plans, which basically conquer planet Earth with multiple civilizations of aliens. And then he takes his hand away, and then the alien gets away. they're so freaked out by him. And then so now all of a sudden the stakes are raised, and our group of heroes are fighting not just one alien space force, but entire civilization of aliens. All the build up, it turns out that the aliens are destroying their ship as well, and they have to deboard their ship. So they go back to their original base and have to do another plan of action. One of them is just surrender to the fact that maybe the whole world's going to be dead soon. But the other one is that they have one last ship called the USS Missouri. It's the last decommissioned ship in the Naval Air Force, and from way back when. It's like a steam driven. So all these young guys are like, I have no idea how to operate this thing, how to operate its weapons and whatnot. But thankfully, it's still surrounded by its original crew, supposedly. I don't know, it was a museum. So they're all there and they're like, we can help you. So these are some old timers, and from what I heard is that they're actually real Navy guys, and some of them actually worked on the ship during World War II. So it makes for a fun fight against the aliens, because we got some old timers joining with the young guns, and we got some mean baddies, and turns out they're in for more than what they thought by trying to conquer planet Earth. And things get better and better for our heroes after some initial setbacks. And before long, they're up on stage accepting awards and honors for having conquered this alien invasion. So the movie ends with a little nod. I think they could have paid more respect to his friend, but he's like, well, I saved the world, so it's time that I get married to your daughter now. And Liam Neeson's character is like, I don't think so. But then he's like, maybe we can go discuss it during lunch. So then there's a post-credit scene. I mean, I don't know how much I'm spoiling it. Obviously I am, but maybe if it gets someone else to watch the movie, it's worth it. It's not like you'll be thinking about this stuff when you actually sit down and watch the movie. So the post-credit scene, just it's like a Marvel movie now. So it's another one of the mixtures, and it gives hope for a possible sequel. Trivia here, director cameo, the director Peter Berg, during the initial attack on the Samson, he relays the fire warning shot command. Okay, I didn't remember in the movie. I guess I'll have to go YouTube that one. Cameo Ray Mobus at the beginning of the RIMPAC exercise. Admiral Shane orders the commanding officer, CO of the USS Ronald Reagan, to begin operations. The carrier CO, who then gives the order to commence air ops, is played by this Secretary of Navy Mabus. So they got a real admiral, like a high-ranking one, playing a high-ranking admiral in a movie about battleships. So yeah, I watched this movie, caught it with a neighbor on his big screen TV. It was one of those movies that if you can't catch in the theater, that I'd recommend watching on a big screen TV. It's fun. It's got a good soundtrack. The acting, sometimes it feels like maybe they're trying too hard on the jokes, but what this movie delivers is intense action sequences and confrontations and tension buildups, and that's what we wanted when we want to watch a Battleship movie based off the game, and that's what we got. So definitely, if you're got some testosterone running through your system, check this out. And I guess it's probably a decent enough date movie too. I don't know if it's as good as Pearl Harbor. It's not set in a real life story, but it's got its own thing going on. It's more cartoony, but at the same time, for anyone who knows anything about the game, it's definitely a good evening at the movies. So at the start of the movie, the big build-up is the whole buddy aspect. He's got his friend Alexander Skarsgård of the True Blood movies, the brother of Peter Skarsgård. There's quite a few Skarsgårds. I know his dad's an actor too, Stellan Skarsgård. He played the villain in the recent Dune movies. But it's his buddy. He's quite a bit taller than him, but he's kind of the one who's trying to keep him in check. He's not as wild and obnoxious, maybe. I don't know. So it's kind of, you feel like the movie's going to be this big buddy movie, but then the love interest steps in, and it's like, okay, is this going to be like a love triangle? But not really, because his friend's just kind of cheering him on to get with the girl, and it seems like the main opponent is her dad, the Army veteran. So once they both join the Navy, they're kind of on the same team at this point, and he has to talk to the girl by phone, and he loses his friend, and that's a problem I have in some movies. Just to point out something that kind of gets to me is like when you develop these like really powerful relationships, I guess, like these guys are best friends, and then when he loses his friend like at a certain point in the movie. I mean, it's a spoiler, but what can you do? It's like one of the early plot points. So it's a big emotional high or low, I guess, at that moment, and it causes him to step up. But then the movie kind of just seems like to forget about it, especially the further it goes along. It's like his friend didn't even exist. So that's an easy thing the movies kind of do, because the guy didn't die in real life. He's just sitting there counting his paycheck or whatever. So I don't know if it's an acting thing or something. All right, so that's my perspectives on.
Hey, hi out there. I'm Ezra. I just got in watching a great movie called Battleship. I watched a lot of movies and I have a hard time paying attention to the ones that I do watch. But this one kept me focused and kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. One of the things about it was Rihanna really played a tough kind of a character and did a great job. The monsters are mechanical instruments, and they shoot out these little eggs, these wheels. I call them spindle wheels. I don't know why, but they tear stuff up. The movie's awesome. Totally recommend it. It will keep you totally focused on it.
And this is Nicholas on film. Until next. Until next time.